Hello,
Hello, teacher.
my name is Mr. Kent, and this is the Teen 1 EOC 1 AMG speaking test. Now, let's start off with part number 1. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, teacher. My name is Alice. I'm 12 years old. I'm come from Vietnam. I live in 1C Hamlet, Phước, Thái, Long Thành district, Đồng Nai province. I'm study at Phước Thái Secondary School.
Okay.
My name is UMI. I'm 12 years old. I come from Vietnam. I live in Hiền Hòa, Hamlet, Phước Thái, Long Thành district, Đồng Nai province. I study 7C2 at Thánh Secondary School. My hobbies are cook and play badminton.
Okay. Now let's talk about history. For you, what famous people do you know from history and why?
I know a famous person in history is Leonardo da Vinci because he spent his life made famous paintings, scientific research, and have many unique ideas. He has many famous artwork as the last super Mona Lisa in our item.
Okay. For you, which buildings in your town are made of stone? Which buildings are made of wood? Which do you think is better? A building made of stone or a building made of wood, and why? Do you want me to repeat the question? Okay, so which buildings in your town are made up of stones? And which buildings are made up of wood? Which do you think is better? A building made up of stone or a building made up of wood, and why? Okay. Do you see buildings in your town? Where's your town? Where do you live?
I live in Phước Thái.
Okay. So do you see stone buildings there, like concrete buildings, like this one? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me about it? What buildings are those? Are those churches? Are those commercial buildings? Okay. Do you like history?
I don't like history because it's hard. Hard. I think again. I don't like history. I think it's a bit boring because there are too many day names are to remember.
Okay. For you, which buildings in your town are made up of stones? Which buildings are made up of wood? Which do you think is better? A building made up of stone or a building made up of wood, and why?
There are many buildings made of stone, made of wood where I live. In my opinion, buildings made of stone would be better because the structure of the stone
Hmm?
will be hard and can withstand heat extreme weather.
Okay. Now, let's talk about fun activities. What do you do to have fun with your family and friends?
To have fun with my family and friends. Uh, and friends.
Do you play games with your friends or family to have fun? Or do you go to the cinema? Which one?
I go play badminton, watching movie.
With your family or with your friends? Okay, so you play games with your family or your friends?
Oh,
Okay. Now, for you, would you like to do an activity day? Which of these looks most fun?
Um, Sorry, teacher, can you speak again?
Okay. So, would you like to do an activity day? Which of these looks most fun?
I would like to do an activity days. It would include team sports, making cakes, and watching movies. I think mm, making cakes is the most fun because I and my sister have to prepare the ingredient to make the cake, and I think it's very great.
Okay. For you, are you organizing a party for someone? Do you normally buy presents for your friends?
yes. I work love.
Okay, so would you like them to give, let's say, a hat as a gift, as a present? Yes? Okay. What present would you like them to give? Like a gift. Now let's move on to part number 2. Now, in this part, you are going to talk together. Both of you will ask questions to each other about sports. Now, let's start with this question. Yes.
Which sports do you prefer?
I I prefer playing badminton with my friend. I often play it after school because it's very exciting and reduce stress.
Okay. Next question.
Do you play any sport?
Yes, I often play. I like playing skating because it helped me to practice speed and have a good health. Mm, I think it's so interesting and fantastic. Which of The sports do you do in teams? Which do you along?
I sport in team. I sport in team E basketball because it's interesting and fantastic.
Are you done? Okay, proceed.
Which of the sports can you do both in team and alone?
They are sailing, both in team and alone. When I play in team, it helps us make solidarity and make new friends. But I like play alone because it make me more comfortable. What sports do you do?
My favorite sport is badminton because because it helps me reduce stress. I play it with my family after school.
Thank you. Now, for you, do you play sports at school?
Yes, I often play sports at school with my friends. It make me it helped me to reduce the stress to me and practice active, good,
Okay.
good healthy, and I think it's so interesting.
Okay. And you, how often do you play sports?
I often play sport because uh, plays play sport good for my health and amazing amazing.
Okay. Thank you, and that is the end of the test. Goodbye.